Why is it so hard to get girls? Why is this so hard in 2026 to get girls? Why is that? Or not girls, just because to be honest, if you're a nigga who likes to if you're a guy who likes to or a person who likes to go with multiple people, that's a bit weird. Like how do you why would you want to put yourself in that stressful situation? Like I'm hearing niggas in certain countries talking about some, oh, I got 10 wives and all these kids, or like they're married to them. And also, in the USA, Canada, we have baby mama, all that type of shit, specifically in the black community. But it's like, okay, to the ones that are actually like married, and you choose as a man to have that much wives, why? That's a lot of stress. That's like one is already stressful. That's a lot of stress. And that's a lot of lack of time. Like, humans aren't meant to have multiple spouses. I don't think so. No, no, no way. There's a lot of connection required in a relationship. So if you're trying to, you know, chop that, if you're trying to spread that connection with that much people, if you're trying to spread that type of connection with that much people, you know, that's a bit, I don't think that's possible. It's not healthy either. Okay, back on topic. Nigga, okay, I have a friend. He's a nice guy, he's a funny guy. Like looks, if you're an insecure, ugly nigga, chopped nigga, let me tell you something. Looks aren't everything. Yeah, I'm not that good looking. I'm not too good looking as well. There's potential, but I still gotta get there. But listen, what I've realized is looks aren't everything. I have a friend who's chopped. He himself would say he's a chopped nigga, but he's funny as fuck. Funny ass nigga. He tells me, oh Isaiah, you know, he tells me about the two girls he's speaking to. He has his main bit. He has his main girl, you know, side girl. Tells me, oh, sometimes when he's on a call with his main girl, he pauses that shit. No, he tells me when he's on a call with his main girl, he tells his main girl that, he has to go he tells me when he's on the phone with his main girl, he tells the girl he has to go do something. But he's just gonna call up his side bit. And in some instances, he's speaking to his main girl and side girl at the same time. And I'm thinking like, how is that possible? How does a nigga like him get to juggle that much of girls? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? A nigga probably behind me is like hearing all this shit and is fucking laughing his ass off. But listen, it just makes no sense, bro. Like how? Two at once? That's greedy. That's greedy. Niggas are starving. There's no food. There's no food available. And then we have niggas like that juggling two at the same time. Come on, man. It is what it is, though. Let me react to some shit. Hmm?
Monday CRM is so intuitive, I think it just read my mind. Again. Get out of my head, Money.
If you're watching this right now, you probably just graduated high high school. You're probably wondering, okay, what is this gonna look like right now? You're trying to feel, you know what I'm saying? You feel excited, but at the same time, you probably feel anxious, right? So I'm gonna be telling you like what you need to make sure you do after high school, and basically how it is after high school. I became a millionaire at the age of 18 years old, a couple months after I graduated high school, and I want to put y'all on some like real game, right? I want to put y'all on some real game on how you can do either the similar to the same thing, or if you're taking a different route, you can be successful in that route. But make sure y'all really watch this because I'm gonna be putting you on some game that nobody really talks about, right? It's one thing if your relatives give you advice, but someone who's actually been in your position a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I really want to put y'all on. So, like, when you graduate high school, you're probably feeling a little anxious right now, right? You're probably feeling like, oh man, like, what is it gonna look like? Like, maybe I wasn't going to college, right? So I was even more anxious because I wasn't going to college. I wasn't going to the military. I didn't take the traditional route that everyone else took. Um, so it was kind of like for me, it was like, man, what is this gonna look like? And I want to tell you, bro, stop stressing, right? Because you're gonna make it. Stop stressing. Stop feeling anxious. The best thing you can do is just do is, I want to tell you, take these next like take these next couple months as serious as possible right after you graduate, right? That's the first thing you want to do, because like when you're taking these next months as serious as possible, what's gonna happen is, bro, you're gonna be so far ahead of everyone else. You're gonna be so far ahead of everyone else. Think about it. Everyone else your age is gonna be graduating, just throwing their life away the whole summer, and it's like you have to be in a mindset where it's like, okay, while everybody else is throwing their life away, I gotta be making something work. And so that was my mindset right after I graduated high school, bro. I was like, I gotta lock in, bro. I gotta lock in, right? Because after high school, it's like high school is like a fake reality. And the reason I say this is high school is a reality where, like, bro, the popular kids seem the coolest, and then the people good at sports seem like the most successful. And then you get into the real world, and it's a reverse of it. You know what I'm saying? The people who barely what you know what I'm saying weren't popular in the school, the people everybody would hate on, they'll become the most successful, right? And then the people who were the always popping in school, the people who were always going to the parties, the people who were going to the parties, the people who were the best at sports, you know what I'm saying, all cocky about being good at sports, bro, they all end up the lamest after high school, and that's me being totally honest, right? So don't stress, right? Don't stress, especially if you were kind of that quiet kid in high school. Don't even stress because that's already a good sign. If you were kind of like you didn't really like to socialize too much, you weren't always like trying to chase the popularity. Don't even stress, bro. Um, because in the real world, it's kind of like the reverse effect, right? Everybody who was kind of like everybody who they made fun of, they all become the most successful. Everybody who was lame, everybody who didn't talk to everybody, they always become the most successful, right? So, um, but then why do they become the most successful? Is because in high school, bro, like you don't want to like a lot of people like peak, right? And a lot of people like you probably didn't realize it, but they become the best at sports. They become the best at these small things, and they just get a high ego. They become the best at like you know what I'm saying, going to the parties, and they always host the parties and throw the party. You know what I'm saying, and they think they're the coolest. They're walking around cocky. Like it's like those people have their peak in high school, right? And so that's why you'll see after you graduate high school, bro, like like bro, you really gotta mature and understand. You gotta move on. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta move on from that stuff. Like you have to get out of that headspace. Like there's gonna be so many people after high school literally hanging out with the same people, doing the same things. Like I'm telling you, bro, I went back to my hometown the other day, and everybody's like still on the same stuff, like still doing the same things, still wasting life. And it's like, bro, you can't judge them. But one thing I can say is like that's what happens after high school when you're just like stuck in that popular mode. You see what I'm saying? But like I want to tell you, boys, bro, like right after high school, bro, you need to be doing everything to lock in, right? Not only just so you can, you know what I'm saying, become rich and successful, but simply to move out of your hometown to experience a new life, right? Because I'm telling you right now, like another thing I recommend doing after high school is getting out of your hometown, bro. As much as it sounds like corny, because everyone says it, get out of your hometown. Because you have to understand, after high school, it turns into everyone competing with each other. Now it's not like, oh, who's the most popular, who's the best
Yo, I'm streaming and I haven't said anything in so long. What am I doing? All right, because I'm trying to find. Hold on.